What the heck? Okay. I'm not sure what just happened, so my camera just turned itself on. I thought I was done for the night. That was really strange. Okay, Leos. I just got through doing a reading for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. I literally thought I was going out to take a break, but my camera quite literally turned itself back on to start recording. So, I don't know if you saw, if we're going to get a bloopers behind the scene moment before this, but I'm going to pull cards. I'm feeling something touch the top of my head, something touching my arm, and we're going to pull some cards and see what happens. So this is for my Leos, those of you who are born July 24th through August 23rd. So if your birthday falls in that, then in Western astrology, that would make you a Leo, and we're going to do the Leo reading. I will say a prayer first. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, and the kingdom, and the glory forever and ever. Heavenly Father, please allow me to release the energy from the previous reading. Please help me to be a clear channel, an empty vessel, so that your messages might come through clear and for the highest good and for the highest good of everyone watching. Please send your heavenly angels, Heavenly Father, to surround and protect all of those who might be watching this as well. And I ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Okay. Holy smokes. I think that was the strangest thing I've had happen yet. At least in this house and since I started doing online stuff. Oh no, maybe one more. But that's a whole nother video. I did see some sort of angelic looking orb light on somebody else's video earlier tonight. Is it JD? Oh, I cannot remember what his name is. Let's look at JD Tarot, maybe? Anyway, he was doing one. He put out a couple of readings in the last year or two, and he was doing one, and over his shoulder, out of the room flew this white light that was just really interesting. I'll have to watch it. I mean, it could be the light hitting a moth. There's all kinds of potential explanations. So, of course, I'll want to watch it again and enlarge it. I'll get some extra views just for me. I'll keep doing that until I can see what it is. But, you know, when we draw in this kind of energy, that's why I always advise people to protect themselves. Make sure you pray. You should pray. Not that I always remember to pray before I'm watching someone else's videos, but definitely every time I do a reading, always say a prayer of protection for me and whoever I'm reading for, because you are pulling in energies and you don't know what you're gonna get, right? Anyway, I'm babbling just because I'm shuffling. So, Heavenly Father, do we have anything for Leos? We've got the Chariot in the upright and my glasses. Sorry. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Someone is moving very, very fast in their life, making changes, moving forward. But on this card, one of the things I always notice is I would almost caution with this card, with the Chariot moving forward this fast. This person cannot see everything in front of them yet. And then to compound that by the Knight of Swords. Knights usually also come in very quickly. They come in, for me, that's usually an offer of truth. It's somehow kind of enlightening the situation, especially with the moon behind them. But what I'm noticing is all this mist in the background, all this fog on the ground. There is a situation that you are either moving quickly towards, excuse me, or away from, one of the two. And it doesn't so much matter which direction you're headed, but you're either moving towards a situation or quickly away from a situation without knowing everything about the situation. There are still pieces that you need to know before you move too far out of that situation, or before you get yourself committed into something new. And that is the overall general energy right now. It's kind of a warning to halt, to go a little bit slower, slow those horses down, slow those chariots down. As my grandma would say, hold your horses, hold the horses. You want to find out all the facts about something first. And I'm not sure why I'm using that word instead of truth, but you want to find out all the facts. Because there's everyone has their truth. What they think happened, what they perceived happened. You want to make sure that your facts are like 100% on before you make any decisions forward, before you... I don't know what this situation is. They're not being very clear, and it might be because I have Leos in my life. So I'm not allowed to see too much, be too nosy. But this is whatever is going on, and this is going to be a general energy anyway. So this lesson about moving, jumping, leaping before you look, jumping before you think. All of these phrases are popping into my head. So it can play out in moving from one job to another too fast, moving from one girlfriend to another girlfriend too fast, one boyfriend to another boyfriend, moving houses too quickly, to apartments too quickly. The lesson isn't about the girlfriend. It isn't about the house. It isn't, although if it costs you something major, then that's going to be a problem later. The lesson is about thinking before you act, waiting and finding out all the information you need to find out to be 100% sure before you make a decision. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is your financial stability. Well, technically, an opportunity. If you're having to choose between a person and a job, or anything that has to do with finances, money, and a person, especially a significant other, I don't see this being stable as you think. This person over here, though, that loves you, that's waiting for you, that's hoping you will put them first, your finances... It's two stories here, actually. There's two ways that this could go. Depending on how this last year went for you, you are in one of two energies. Either you are about to receive a test of what looks like a really big financial opportunity, something that's really great for you, something that you think is going to be wonderful, but you are not fully aware of all the facts. See how precarious this is going to be? just a little bit of rumbling. Horse riding by, car riding by, strong wind. This can easily be toppled here. This is not a stable foundation. But somebody's waiting for somebody over here that loves them. In the reverse, now if this was upright, I would say that there's maybe something we don't see that makes it more stable than it is. But in the reverse, I'm seeing it as being not stable. The other thing about this that is possible is if you have already gotten the test about financial stability. You may not have had a big offer. We all get tested all throughout life. So maybe you got your stimulus check, didn't spend it very well, or you got a big paycheck and spent it poorly. If you're going through some kind of a thing like that and you're in a relationship, this person, whoever this is, and this is not this for some, this is going to be a girlfriend or boyfriend. For others, this is going to be a family member who has been striving to assist you in helping you put this up right. And they're so frustrated and so tired, they're ready to give up because they don't feel like you want their help. And they just keep saying you put this upside down, put this upside down, put this upside down. And they don't want to be upside down. And they don't want to watch you be upside down anymore. So this person is really thinking about it. They're not out the gate yet, but they're thinking. This is something you need to do for you anyway, though. You don't need to do this for this person, but if you care about this person, you might want to work on this a little faster. But this is for those of you who it's not a grand big offer, but it's been a series of little things that you've already had that you haven't taken care of well. Now be forewarned, this is going to resonate for you on the other end. Once you start taking care of those, once that influence of that whoever's been in your life trying to help you take care of your finances, pay your bills first, don't go out partying, do what you need to do. I'm sorry, God, and I'm sorry to my Leo. There might have been a little bit of twinge of me in there. But it is that energy. It is, oh God, he didn't like the word party. It's not that Leos are necessarily being irresponsible. It's more like, or not meaning to be. Okay, actually he's having me turn the party analogy around. Pretend that you had to have a party, right? You had to have a party for work, and there was going to be 500 people there. You wouldn't leave that to the last second. Everything would be written. A party coordinator gets paid big bucks for a reason. They would have every detail written down to the ingredients on the menu, who's coming, who's got the plus ones, what the plus one's name is. I mean, they'll have all the details written down. This person, whoever this is in your life, they're really good at those kind of details. And Leos are not necessarily, they're good at organizing. But when it comes to the planning of the bill paying, the planning of the goals, the planning of the squirreling aside so much, they're very quick on your feet, very, I don't want to say they are kind of reactionary energy too, but the lion doesn't plan his next meal 2 weeks in advance. He plans his next meal maybe a day or two in advance. He hunts, and he gets what he wants, and he eats. Leos kind of have that energy. They know how to get the job done. And they can plan if they plan far enough ahead to get the job done. But when it comes to a bigger goal, for instance, to putting something like this together, you could make this stable. You can run wires through it. You can drill holes. You can use epoxy. There's a whole bunch of things you could do to make this stable. However, if you don't plan ahead and you just put the rocks on there, you're going to accomplish the goal initially, but it's going to come tumbling down. And so what I'm getting is that this energy has been in like that. And I'm also getting like the feeling of a little bit of chaos going on in the Leo's energy right now, which is making it even harder to plan ahead. And this person has been attempting to help them plan ahead, whoever this is in your life. So what you're getting, the message is that you're getting semi-divine wisdom. I just said in one of my other videos, angel just means messenger. And earth angel, when I talk about earth angels, I'm just talking about somebody who is tapped in to that divine being I call Heavenly Father, to their intuition, to their higher self, however you want to put it. And so when they move, because they're tapped in, and on top of it, they are very good at these long-term goal details. They move very efficiently. And so it was part of your path to meet somebody like that so that you could actually benefit from it, learn from it, and also help. There are lessons for each, and it will be different for each person, but it's a symbiotic relationship, or it should be a symbiotic relationship with this person. And for some reason, it's getting a little rougher. Do you have anything else for my Leos? Okay, he wants me to pull from... I didn't think I was going to be using these so much. This is an oracle deck I will be working on, or am working on, I guess. I didn't know when I started them last night that this is what they were going to turn into. And when I got ready to sit down for the reading tonight that I did just before this, I was all ready, had the camera part turned on, and then got told, nope, you're not doing the reading yet, you're channeling. And so I spent the next couple of, I think it was at least an hour, maybe a bit more, just channeling the messages the way he wanted them on these. So I hope that you will find as much benefit from them as I have from the things that God has taught me and his words of wisdom. Be what you want to draw into your life. And then what I channeled for that was, well, I channeled this too. This was new for tonight. Manifesting golden rules. How can you attract people of integrity without first holding integrity within you and then allowing it to express outward? This is true of all the greatest qualities: loyalty, compassion, honesty, faith, laughter, joy, ability to listen, and so many more, especially love. In other words, if you want to manifest that into your life, if you want to see, for instance, if you're constantly saying to yourself, well, everyone's a stupid driver in Phoenix, then, and I do it too, I'm actually giving away one of mine that I have to work on. So I'll go around one day and I'll be like, everyone's a stupid driver in Phoenix. Well, I guarantee you that day I will get into a near accident because someone will turn a left on a red light. Someone will run a red light. Someone will just decide that they're going to sneak so far up close to me that there's no way I could even brake safely without them tapping me. I mean, it'll just be a ridiculous day. And then when I wake up and I intend, I am first going to be the best driver I can be. It has to start with me. And that's this part of this golden rule. It has to start with me. Right? So I have to be the best driver that I can possibly be. And as I am being the best driver that I can be, then I have to expect that everyone else is a good driver. But a lot of people say, oh, it's just expecting, it's just expecting, it's just expecting. No, because if you're expecting something, but you're not living that, if you're not doing it yourself, it's not going to work. And God gave me, there's another card on that. I don't think he's going to have me read all these cards at any one sitting, I hope. But there's another card on that where he goes into more detail about how that energy works. But it is very, the way he explains it is just a way I've never thought of before or heard before. In fact, no, I'm getting lectured about it, but I need to go to sleep soon. And I'm sorry about that, Leah's. It's just been a very long day. But, and for some reason, he's saving that for later. I get the impression it has more to do with you, Leos. It has to do with a lot of you are in a very antsy mood. Probably wouldn't put up with a long reading right now. And so the most that I can give you is the law of attraction works like attracts like. When you are that which you are seeking, when you become it first, then you are constantly sending out that vibration, and that vibration is what will attach to you. That's the very short version of what I channeled. So on that note, Leos, because I can feel some antsiness, not so much on God's part, and I was doing okay. I was actually starting to get my second wind to wake up a little, but I'm getting a very, very strong vibe of some antsy Leos. I will say that I'm probably going to see if I can do a bonus read for you. This has been, I had originally intended to do what was, kind of what you had been dealing with in September, and then do the first week of October because I was so late doing yours. But this feels very much like it's a very right now energy. And now I'm starting to understand why God had me kind of wait. You've got some thinking to do about what you're going to do. One, what you want to manifest from yourself and from others. So if whatever you want to manifest from others, especially significant others, if you want loyalty, you need to be loyal. If you want compassion, you need to be compassionate, etc., right? Somebody is trying to assist you. It doesn't mean you have to listen to everybody. But if you have a significant other in your life, you should be listening to them anyway. It doesn't mean go spend $500 if you don't have $500 to spend. But if they're encouraging you to do good things like save some money, pay this bill first, if they're being logical about it, it might be time to take a little listen. Same thing if it's if you don't have a significant other, because I do believe that significant others should go to each other and not necessarily their family. But having said that, now if you don't have a significant other, if you have a family member that's trying to assist you, whoever in your life is trying to assist you with this really cares about you. And there's just a decision. I almost feel like they see something you don't necessarily see. There's like a decision right here that either you have made a series of little ones and you're coming up on the big one, or you are at the big one. But this one, either way, it's coming pretty quick. The only thing that would change is who's right there helping you when it happens. This lesson is about learning to maybe choose people over money, but also more importantly to really look at what you get into. Look before you leave kind of energy is what I'm getting. I don't think there's any right or wrong to this decision, but when it comes to your long-term happiness and your ability to do what you want to do and be with whom you want to be with, there's just definitely some stuff you still need to know. So on that note, I am wishing you the best, Leos. I am going to get off of here now because it literally feels like a lion about to pounce kind of energy. So feeling some Leos are going through a lot right now. And feels like shaken to the core kind of energy, like I'm going to, now that if you watched the video before, I was like getting this choking, this scratchy feeling that I get, and I associate that with someone wanting to cry. This is very much channeling type energy, like, okay, come on, you got something to say. the energy feels antsy. You relax a little bit. I know that it feels like you can't. Oh, that was a shift and a half. I know that it feels like you can't, but if you listen to this person that's trying to help you, just listen. I'm not saying act yet, but listen thoroughly to everything they have to say. Research what you're doing. And this is not the time to be suspicious, Leo. This is not, oh, I'm listening. She told me to listen. Oh, that must mean that so-and-so is doing something shady behind my back. No. This person has, in where it's concerned with this decision at least, and I feel in all areas of life, this person really cares about you. They have your best interest at heart. So they just may see some fine details that you don't see. So rather than getting defensive of your decisions, rather than, acting like, well, I've got this, just hear them out and listen, because they may have those little pieces of truth that you don't know yet. And that might help you make a much, much better decision. There's nothing wrong with going into, and even if it's a job that's unstable, there's nothing wrong with going into an unstable job if that's what you want. If you can gain from it, if there's something you can learn from it. People do it all the time. They go out fishing on these boats in Alaska. It's a very dangerous job, but they can make $100,000 in 4 months. Huge benefit, risk versus reward. So you just want to know everything that you need to know before you make your decisions. Anyway, that is enough, Leos. I love you. Have a wonderful night. And I will be back on here getting all the readings done for October very soon. Bye.